Welcome to the Café Literario. After reading Sandra Cisneros' novela House on Mango Street, the Spanish advanced class selected reflexiones, reflections, as the theme for their own original vignettes. I'm sure you know, but a vignette are short true stories captured with the use of imagery and metaphors and other literary devices.
This collaborative project, hand in hand with the advanced art class and the super creative nonfiction class, took the students through a journey of vulnerability, creativity, grit, and self-reflection. To accommodate the visual and text elements displayed today, we will also have musicians performing on the theme of reflexiones.
We're very excited, muy emocionados, to share with you these mosaics of stories, images, and language. So thank you very much for being here. Muchas gracias. Tu nombre, presenta tu línea y presenta tu.
Alright, so my selection from my vignette is about my first experience of getting bullied and how it resulted in me realizing that I'm a mixture of cultures, and my literary translators are Serena and Ruri. La nariz de mi padre es como un lápiz, puntiagudo y largo. Mi hermana tiene una nariz más suave y ancho. Nunca recibió comentarios de su nariz cuando era una niña. Pero la nariz de mi madre es como tomar un baño, comer una buena comida en la noche. Su nariz es elegante y sin golpes.
My father's nose is stark like a pencil, pointed and long. My sister's nose is soft and wide. She never had to endure any remarks when she was little. My mother's nose is elegant and smooth, like soaking in a bath or enjoying a pleasant meal at night.
Mi nariz es holandesa, israelita y japonés. Mi nariz es una mezcla bonita de culturas y experiencias. Mi nariz es quien soy.
My nose is Dutch, Israeli, and Japanese. My nose is a beautiful blend of cultures and experiences. My nose is who I am.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Pao, and I will be talking about how while I traveled from place to place, the one thing that stayed consistent was my family. This is my translator, Jonah. Thank you. Fue un día muy normal, pero por una razón recuerdo este momento como si fuera ayer.
It was just like any normal day, but I somehow remember it like it was yesterday.
Tenía 3 años y había brisa de mar y un sol de horno.
I was 3 years old, taking in the breeze from the sea underneath the blazing sun.
La caminata hasta la escuela fue muy corta, pero mis hermanas y yo estábamos jugando, pateando arena y escondiéndonos detrás de los arbustos.
The walk to school was short and sweet, yet my sisters and I still had time to mess around, our feet stuck in the sand as we ducked behind the bushes.
Nos tomó 20 minutos llegar finalmente a la entrada.
20 minutes passed, and with the sand still stuck to the soles of our tiny shoes, we finally made it to the entrance.
La arena se pegaba a la suela de nuestros zapatos, raspando los escalones de piedra, mientras caminábamos hacia la entrada.
The same routine happened every day of preschool.
Así era como mis hermanos y yo íbamos a la escuela todos los días de preescolar, simplemente divirtiéndonos sin ninguna preocupación en el mundo.
Just us 3 having fun with no care in the world.
Thank you.
My name is Angelina, and this is an excerpt from my vignette about my experience with leaving ballet after studying it my whole life. This is my translator, Aki, who has adapted my writing into English. This vignette is titled Alas, or Wings. Fueron 3 años de clases de puntas antes del año 2020. De repente, el ballet no era como volar. Yo era un pájaro, atrapada en una jaula, sin vuelo. Mi técnica se atrofió. Necesitaba salir de la jaula, necesitaba volver a bailar. Así que, al final del año, cambié de estudio para poder bailar en persona. Cambiar de estudio fue un error y fue la mejor decisión que he tomado. En PNB, mis compañeras aprendieron variaciones y por fin, bailaron con tutus de práctica sobre sus mallas, los de que he soñado para siempre. Entrenaban 6 días a la semana, durante largas horas, dentro del esquema que habíamos seguido desde nuestra tierna infancia. Y yo tomaba clases fáciles, sin mucha técnica, solo el baile, con amigas, no compañeras de clase, y me tragué mi orgullo. Mis antiguas compañeras consiguieron papeles en el Lago de los Cisnes. Yo hacía piruetas imperfectas y me caía de las puntas. Ya no podía hablar con las que antes llamaba compañeras. ¿Cómo podría justificarme? Yo nunca me gané mi tutú. Nunca bailé en Lago de los Cisnes. Ahora, una extraña, veo cómo vuelan hacia el cielo nocturno, en alas de pluma blanca, y me pongo una sonrisa melancólica mientras me hundo en el lago.
2020. Suddenly, after 3 years of pod classes, I found myself perpetually grounded, trapped inside a dark cage, ballet no longer able to give me the thrill of flight. My techniques wasted away as I frantically searched for a road towards freedom, towards dancing in person once again. At year's end, I resorted to changing studios. Hopefully here, I could finally spread my wings. The switch was a mistake, and yet it was also the best decision I could have made. I watched on as my companions at PNB learned variations, and finally danced in tutus de práctica over their leotards, the ones I'd dreamed of since forever. They diligently practiced for 6 days a week, for many hours, for the patterns set forth for us in our early childhood. And me? Swallowing my pride, I took easier classes, without much technique, and found myself dancing with friends instead of peers. My former classmates earned roles in Swan Lake. I spun out of pirouettes and found myself face to face with the floor. How could I look up at them, gracefully taking flight on the biggest stage, and justify my path? I never earned my tutu. I never danced in Swan Lake. I can only watch, now a stranger, as they fly into the night sky on white feathered wings. I wear a melancholy smile and slowly sink into the lake. Thank you.
Alright, hi, my name is Moritz, and this is an excerpt from my vignette, which talks about moving, but one thing always staying constant. And these are my 2 translators, Anna and Emma. Empacar, empezar, estrés, cajas de cartón. Durante mi vida me mudé 5 veces.
Packing, getting started, stress, cardboard boxes. During my life, I moved 5 times.
Con cada movimiento trae nuevos cambios, nuevos amigos, nuevas culturas, nuevos alrededores. Todo cambio rápido, como un partido de fútbol. Solo una cosa nunca ha cambiado, nunca lo hará.
With each move came new changes, new friends, new cultures, and new surroundings. Everything changed fast, a soccer game. Only one thing has never changed and never will, my love for the game.
Siempre he tenido amor por los deportes desde una edad joven. Jugaba fútbol desde que puedo recordar. Empiezo con mi padre y mi hermano en mi departamento en Viena. Continúe en las calles de Ámsterdam con las mismas dos personas. En un pequeño parque, mi semilla de fútbol empezó a crecer.
I played soccer for as long as I could remember. It started with my father and brother in my apartment in Vienna. I continued on the streets of Amsterdam with the same two people, and in a small park, the seed for my love of soccer started to grow.
Playas, calor, desierto, historia.
Beaches, heat, desert, history.
Tel Aviv. Después de 3 años en Ámsterdam, mi hermano, padre y yo conquistamos las playas de atardecer al amanecer. Jugamos hasta que nos duelen los pies.
Tel Aviv. After 3 years in Amsterdam, my brother, father, and I conquered the beaches from dusk to dawn and played till our feet hurt.
Ampollas. Las ampollas dolían, pero las ampollas eran hermosas. Cada ampolla llevaba los sábados sin fin con mi padre y hermano, incluyendo todas las risas y quemadores solares. Pero lo más importante, las ampollas estaban cargadas con memorias. Memorias que nunca olvidaré.
Blisters. Blisters hurt, but blisters were beautiful. Each blister wore endless Saturdays with my father and brother, including all the laughter and sunburns. But most importantly, the blisters held memories. Memories I will never forget.
En la piscina, pista de tenis o en mi casa, siempre había una pelota alrededor.
At the pool, tennis court, or at my house, there was always a ball around.
Gracias.
Thank you.
So we're going to play a song called Como Fue, which is a song from Cuba that's all about reflecting on the past. And we thought that that would fit nicely with the event today. So here's Como Fue. Arseni, Lachlan, and Michael.
Hello, so my name is Arya, and I'll be presenting a vignette about an experience that changed and my transition from a naive child into into a more of a young adult. So, yeah, and it's titled "Patitas sin sangre," which means paws without blood. And this is my translator Toshi here. Yeah. Right. F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. And it's for anywhere or anytime at all down here in the deep blue sea. Esta canción se repetía en la televisión. Un remoto en una mano, un moco redondo en mi otra, mi juguete. Estaba sentado en mi sofá. Era un sábado por la noche, o el domingo, no recuerdo. Pero la parte más importante es que era un día para ver televisión sin problemas con mis padres. Ellos estaban cocinando. Un poco de olor del ajo golpeó mi nariz. Mire la hora, 7:50. 10 minutos más hasta que tendría que apagar la televisión. Volví a ver la televisión. De repente, un sonido fuerte, como una bomba explotando. Mis padres corrieron a la ventana. Sus ojos se abrieron. No supe lo que pasó hasta 8 años después.
The song goes on the television. I hold the remote in one hand, a round burger in the other, my toy, sitting on the couch. Perhaps it was a Saturday night, or maybe a Sunday, I don't remember. All that mattered was that it was a day to do exactly this, free of my parents' rule. They were cooking, from which a scent of garlic hits my nose. I look at the time, it was 7:50, the final 10 minutes of my freedom. My glance returns to the TV, and suddenly, as if a bomb was set off, a bang. My parents run to the window, their eyes widen. It wasn't until 8 years later did I find out what had happened.
Ahora yo sé. Mi vecino se suicidó en su patio con una pistola.
Now I know my neighbor killed himself that day.
Mis padres me contaron de su perro, uno con el que solía jugar. Había estado corriendo alrededor del hombre en círculos, como un ritual para revivirlo. Sus patas inocentes se bañaron con sangre. Fue una víctima también.
My parents mentioned their dog, the one we used to play with, ran circles around the man, as if in a ritual to revive his master. His innocent paws were bathed in red. He was a victim too.
Había suficiente sangre para llenar una piscina, mi papá dijo.
There was enough blood to fill a swimming pool, my dad said.
La luz del patio era un foco.
The light in the patio was a spotlight.
Era como una escena de una película de terror.
It was like a scene from a horror movie.
Esta fue mi introducción al tema de la muerte, una introducción oscura al mundo real.
My introduction to the topic of mortality, a grim first step into the real world.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Justin. I'm with Oliver, and this is a story about me first seeing discrimination and recognizing privilege that I have. Cuando recogí mis cosas, oí unos gritos en la fila, más aterradores que los ladridos del diabólico perro de mi vecino. Rápidamente me di la vuelta. En la mitad de todo vi a Kofi, un amigo de mis padres, que estaba yendo de vacaciones con nosotros. Nunca había visto a alguien tan asustado en toda mi vida.
As I went to collect my things, I heard a commotion break out behind me, and my confidence returned to fear and uncertainty. As I spun around, my eyes found Kofi, a friend of my parents who was accompanying us on our vacation. Our eyes locked. I'd never seen anyone that scared before.
Señor, necesito buscarte. El guardia de seguridad estalló, empezando a meter sus manos sucias en la camisa de Kofi. ¿Pero qué hice? Por favor, déjame ir con mis amigos. Vamos a perder nuestro vuelo, Kofi suplicó. pues quizás pierdas tu vuelo si sigues comportándote así. Siempre lo mismo con este tipo, murmuró en voz baja.
Sir, this is a random check. I need to search you, the security guard barked, shoving his grimy hands into Kofi's shirt. I didn't do anything, Kofi pleaded. Please let me go with my friends or we're gonna miss our flight. You'll miss your flight if you don't cooperate with me. Your kind are always the same, he murmured angrily.
Esta oración irradiando por todo el aeropuerto, pero solamente mi papá se dio la vuelta.
Though the guard tried to lower his voice, my father still heard exactly what he said.
Mi boca estaba más abierta que una tienda 711.
I sat there and stared, my mouth more open than a 7-Eleven.
Mi papá se volvió un toro, con la guardia de seguridad ondeando la bandera roja. Él está con nuestra familia. Déjale en paz, o me aseguraré que te despiden hoy.
Kofi is with us, he roared. Let him go, or I will make sure you never work again. In an instant, the guard lost all his confidence, and he accepted his scolding like a mischievous dog. With his tail tucked between his legs, he apologized. Sir, I am extremely sorry. I hope you enjoy your trip.
¿Por qué Kofi y no tú, papá?, pregunté. Miré mi mano y después la mano de Kofi. Me di cuenta que esa diferencia podría ser la única razón.
Confused, I asked my dad, why did he only stop Kofi? In a somber tone, my dad replied, look at our hands and then look at Kofi's. I realized then and there how afraid people are of difference.
Gracias.
As you guys walk out, we want to invite you to look at the art pieces around from Advanced Art. They capture the journey of each of the vignettes from beginning to end. They're incredible. They catch very, very beautifully every thought process of this writing of vignettes. So thank you for your time today. Yeah, gracias.
And thank you again to all these